Did you ever wonder what would happen if a corrupt cop had a power trip and decided to start killing everyone he possibly could during a zombie apocalypse? Of course you didn't. Why would you? In today's video, I'll be answering that question that you never asked. I start off by choosing the Leon story, since I won't need to do any cooking or cleaning. I then watch a trucker practice good driving habits, like eating while driving, taking his eyes off the road, and the famous run over pedestrians. It then cuts to Leon, who pulls into this gas station to get, believe it or not, gas. I find some blood, so naturally I follow it, hoping to find who it belongs to so I can take their credit card in order to buy some Robux. I head into this gas station, where I find a guy that's in desperate need of medical attention. So I, of course, don't give it to him. I then find two people in this room. One of them got the munchies and decided to bite the police officer in order to satisfy his cravings. He attempts to do the same to me. However, he's not very good at the game, and it only takes 2 bullets to stop his attempt. I leave that room only to find some more zombies waiting for me. I use my last bits of ammunition and then get out of there as quickly as I could. I then bump into Claire. I try to shoot her, but she has the speed of someone who mixes caffeine with 5-hour energy drinks, and I hit this zombie instead. We fight our way out of there and head into Raccoon City. Once in the city, we make our way towards the police station. We're stalled on our way there because someone had put up a barricade in the middle of the road. The truck driver from earlier, who I'm gonna call Meat since he's nothing but a useless pile of one, then shows up and runs straight into the car that we were just in. Then, as per usual, big explosion. I suffer some internal bleeding, which is okay because that's where it's supposed to be. Me and Claire split up, with me heading to the police station, and her probably going to fold laundry or something. Once I arrive at the police station, I head inside and make sure that I lock the gate, so if any potential survivors show up, they can't come inside. I head into the station itself, where I go on this computer, hoping to watch a No Games video in order to unwind a little. I instead watch this police officer 1v1 a zombie, which ends in a stalemate. He says he's in the east hallway, so I head there in order to finish what the zombie started. I make my way through this dark and wet area, and eventually find the police officer. I try to pull him through this hole, however this zombie wants him just as bad. We eventually agree to a compromise and split him 50-50. He also had a coloring book on him, which I take. I try to leave the east hallway, however as I'm only inches away from escaping, this zombie decides to try and eat my brains. Little did he know, he was about to get his smashed harder than Kim Kardashian. I put on this drippy outfit, and Marvin, who was the guy that just saved me, explains that the book I have is the key to escaping the police station. Marvin is also hurt pretty bad, so he tells me to just leave him there to die, which I do. Using the book, I solve this puzzle and receive a cool looking coin. I would need to get 2 more of these in order to escape from the police station. I couldn't find any on Amazon, so I went off in search of the other 2 coins. After killing this zombie, I get a map of the police station. Using the map and my amazing navigational skills, I get hopelessly lost. I eventually find where I need to go, and after killing this big boy, I find my desk. It's locked, and the combination is the names of my co-workers. I don't know any of their names, and I don't think they can tell me, since half of them are lying dead in their own blood, and the other half are under my boot. They might not be able to tell me, but the internet could, and after a quick Google search, I was able to open my own desk and retrieve an extended pistol magazine, which I would use to kill more of my fellow officers. After getting jumped by this zombie, I got a call from Marvin. He said to return to him ASAP. It sounded pretty urgent, so I decided to take my sweet time going back. While I was exploring this library, I came across this zombie eating another human. That was unacceptable. He had started family dinner night without me. For committing this heinous crime, I blew his face off. After acquiring a second medallion, I went to go see what Marvin had wanted so badly. Claire had made her way to the police station, however, since I had locked the gate earlier, she couldn't get in. I personally viewed this as a W. I used a key that I had got earlier after this helicopter almost crashed into me. I went to where Claire was in order to do some Fortnite dances and mock her. She asked me if I had a key with me, and I lied to her and said no. After talking about irrelevant topics like her probably dead brother, another explosion happened, which drew in a crowd of zombies. So naturally, Claire decided to run right towards them. Darwinism at its finest. After killing 2 human torches and doing absolutely nothing to put out or stop the spread of this fire, I acquired a shotgun. I set off to see if it was good at killing things. It was. After making some marijuana, I spent a very long time wandering around and eventually made my way back to the east hallway. I shotgun blasted a zombie and forced another to eat a grenade. I then played Ring Around a Rosie with this zombie until I got this handle, which I used to shut off some steam and get some batteries for my Xbox controller. I then came across this tentacle zombie. Whoever invented this thing needs to be publicly executed, because this thing is annoying. Like little brother telling you it's his turn on the Xbox levels of annoying. Once I dealt with him, I used the batteries in the most responsible way that I could think of, by blowing up stuff. I got the third and final coin, however the explosion attracted this tentacle zombie that wanted the coin as well. I shot it a bunch, however its annoying powers were too strong and I was forced to run away. I inserted the final coin and activated the secret passage. Turns out that Leon is a smart cookie, and he was able to figure out that the stairs leading below the floor led underground. After Leon's groundbreaking discovery, I left Marvin to die and rode this elevator deeper into the earth. I explored this underground area and eventually came across this man who masturbates with only one hand. I'll give you one guess to which. He then body-slammed me into the ground a bunch. I shot him, dropped a grenade at his feet, and kicked him, yet he just kept on chasing me. Eventually, it was gravity that caused him to meet his end. Then, like a scripted event, this ladder fell from the ceiling. It couldn't be a scripted event though, since this wasn't a video game. I then arrived in this parking garage. I got attacked by this dog, and almost got bit. However, this trench coat wearing woman shot it before that happened. She was a part of the FBI, which apparently stood for Federal Bureau of Investigation and not Female Body Investigation. Like all women do, she walked away from me while I was talking to her. She said that I should leave, and since I don't know what's good for me, I plan on staying. I would need a key card in order to get out of this parking garage, so I set off to look for one. After disturbing the dead, I found this guy, who was locked up for some reason. He said that he would give me the key card I needed, if I freed him. I planned on just freeing him, and shooting him in the back of the head. However, this dude showed up, and headshotted him for me. I would need a key to get into a cell, so that's what I started looking for next. I acquired this crank, which I used to open this door, which led me to this generator room. In there, I flipped some switches, and turned on the power. However, this sent some more of the dogs after me. These guys were easy to deal with, and I didn't die here at all. Once I finished not dying, I made my way back up into the police station. After shooting this man an excessive amount of times, I passed the other half of the police officer from earlier and used my crank to get to the third floor of the police station. Leon then broke this ladder. I guess he's taking the donut eating part of the job a bit too seriously. I then got this leprechaun key and accidentally did a good deed by extinguishing the fire. The helicopter was still blocking my way back. Luckily, the headshotting king from earlier came and moved it for me. He also wasn't happy. He chased me for a short while. However, once I did escape, I used the key to get into the interrogation room and get this box. After not getting jump scared, nor screaming like a little girl, I combined the box with the gemstone that I had gotten earlier, which gave me this key. I then found this tentacle zombie, who decided to treat me like I was an unborn baby, and he was Planned Parenthood. It got so bad that the game offered me a choice to play on assisted mode, which I did because this game is actually surprisingly difficult. With the game now designed for someone like me, I was able to epic gamer some liquors and get a Desert Eagle. I then went to the library to read classic literature like The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham. Mr. X also showed up, since he understands the importance of being educated. Or he ran to crush my head like an egg, I'm not sure which. He chased me for a second time, but once again, obesity. I moved some bookshelves in order to reach the door, which wasn't easy with an indestructible superweapon chasing after you, may I add. I then made my way into this clock tower. However, I decided to do an ultra big brain moment and leave the large gear in my Minecraft chest. With no other option, I made my way through the police station and got the large gear from my chest. I then backtracked back to the clock tower. After moving some gears around and making the clock strike midnight, I got the electrical part, which would help me get the garage pass. which would have to happen in the next part. If you liked this video, leave a like to show your support. And if you want to see when I upload, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.